Pride March returns. Coalition rejects suspension recommendation. 5,000 new house slots for the East Coast. And discrimination, more than just race. I am Noriko Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Even though June is considered in the Western world Gay Pride Month, the local LGBT community held their Pride March this past Saturday in Georgetown. The return of the march comes after a short hiatus. Just like everyone else, they cancelled last year's march due to the Rona. On Friday, the coalition completely rejected the National Assembly's Privileges Committee's recommendation to suspend 8 APNU AFC MPs for attempting to steal the mace during last year's parliamentary vote for the Natural Resources Fund. They found the recommendations to be false and trumped up. They also said they demanded more information regarding the allegations months ago, but to this date, they have yet to get a response on the matter. 56-year-old Lincoln Moore died yesterday morning in an accident on the Onderneming Sandpit Access Road in Onderneming, Essequibo Coast. Moore was seated in the tray of a pickup truck when he reportedly hit his head on a steel bar and died. The driver of the truck has since been arrested. Sadly, that wasn't the only fatal accident in the area over the weekend. 20-year-old goldsmith Lorenzo Nicholas Hendricks died early this morning after he lost control of his motor car on the Devonshire Castle Public Road in Region 2 at around 1 a.m. Hendricks was the only person in the vehicle at the time of the accident. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is the 2016 Suzuki Jimmy Sierra 4-wheel drive. It comes with regular and low-range 4-wheel drive, mag rims, new tires, TV, CD, fog lamps, bar camera, and much, much more. Buy cars for $3.4 million. All pay as low as $700,000 down with around $67,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peterborough Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them Noriko sent you for this sweet deal. After spending nearly 9 years on remand without a trial, 58-year-old Raymond Jones was freed on Friday. And on Saturday, the DPP said that Jones was not indicted since additional evidence requested from the magistrate who presided over the preliminary inquiry into the charge against him in 2014 was never presented. Jones was accused of fatally shooting Gary Joseph with a bow and arrow on December 26, 2012 at Mycobie Village. But the magistrate released him this past Friday as they found that his constitutional rights were violated after being on such a long detention without an indictment. On Saturday night, 2 police officers on patrol in Georgetown foiled a robbery in progress. One of the suspects, a 29-year-old male, has been arrested, whilst the other one escaped. The antique hand musket was confiscated from the man in custody. No word if he's also being charged with the theft of historical objects. One Lance Corporal on the west coast of Demerara was hit in the eye with a brick by a canter driver and his family on Saturday, moments after he attempted to stop the driver near Anna Katharina on the west coast. According to police, Daniel Singh, also known as Anand, threw a brick at the officer, whilst Singh's father and sister held the officer down. The officer is currently hospitalized, whilst Singh is currently in police custody. On Friday, Jagdeo joined the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security as an advocate against domestic violence by signing the I Can Pledge, although there's no word on how Varshini feels about this new development. Guyanese are known for many things, and cheapness is one of them. Thankfully, you could be cheap and still get high-quality Darth, International, Freightliner, Bedford TM, or Scammell truck parts for low prices at Powered Automotive. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles, or call them on telephone number 6970171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. On Sunday, the housing minister announced that the government plans to distribute another 5,000 house lots along the east coast of Demerara over the next 9 months. Kroll said about 4,700 house lots were distributed across the east coast over the past 18 months. Additionally, the ministry is in the process of acquiring more lands from the Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission, as well as Gaisuco on the east coast. Now for today's oil update. Exxon has submitted an application to the EPA to launch another 35-well drilling campaign in the Stabroek Block. The project summary was uploaded to the EPA's website last Friday, as well as the EPA's screening report on the matter. Exxon intends to commence the 35-well campaign in the third quarter of 2023 and is expected to end by the fourth quarter of 2028, pending the EPA's approval. Another meeting of the Public Accounts Committee was called off this morning after the government members failed to show up for a second week in a row. Previously, the meeting of the committee could have progressed with any 3 members being in place. But a few months ago, the government used its parliamentary majority to change the rule to require at least 2 members from the government, 2 members from the opposition, and the chairman of the committee present. Now for our stupid news of the day. You know what I think is stupid? Discrimination. Recently, Princess Casino landed in hot water with the Labor Ministry for an ad they posted calling for young Latinos to apply for jobs at the establishment, and young Latinos only. This advertisement upset many Guyanese, and rightfully so, but it points to an even bigger issue in this nation. While we are quick to hop on racial discrimination in any way, shape, or form, there are many jobs in Guyana that currently discriminate on the basis of gender, religion, ethnicity, nationality, and even sexual orientation. So, technically, any of those people who marched during the Pride Parade on Saturday can be legally fired from their jobs on Monday. I could go on, but all I'm trying to say is that our population is so tiny. So, if we want to truly progress as a nation, as a whole, we need to fight against all forms of discrimination. Because to leave even one Guyanese behind for things they can't even control is pretty stupid. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question on current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. On Friday, I asked what would you consider to be a fair deal from the oil contract? And in fact, none of you answered this one. So I guess everyone is just fine with the contract as it is. No worries. So, before we get to tonight's question, you can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for tonight's question. The AFC said it is certainly going to leave the coalition by this year's end. Do you think it's a good idea, or does it even matter at this point? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks.